What's good? It's your brother God Science up in here. You like my intro music? Shout out, special salute to the few that do watch the video, subscribe. I really appreciate y'all, true indeed. Um, really, man, when just one person that just watches like a whole video of me speaking, that's some real humbling shit. And of course, people take that for granted, especially when you have these huge ass, channels and it's like thousands of people. You start being looked at as numbers, but it's actually a person there that's listening to what you're saying. So I think that shit is real humbling. So I appreciate that, man, and I hope everyone's doing great. And I just wanted to make a video. I guess this is sisters uh versus brothers. What's the issue? Part two. Now I've been making videos for a while. I probably would say about 2 years now, going on 2 years, or probably a little bit more. And the one video that I've made that has the most views is that video on that topic. Black men and black women, what's the issues between both of them? And that shit it's still, I still be getting sent comments about that shit. I'm like, damn, this shit is so old, but it's still relevant. And of course, you have on this side sisters like, go fuck yourself. They got an attitude because they feel attacked. But then you have some on this side that can jump back, look at the situation, and evaluate themselves and be like, yeah, you're right, but this is because of this. And you be enlightened, and spark up a conversation of why, it just seems that you have a fucking attitude when you see a black man. I don't know, but what I do know, and being married is that's a whole nother stress of life. And I don't say it in a bad way. It's beautiful to be married, and two people coming together and to go on this journey together. That shit is great, but it's going to be a lot of ups and downs, and you're just going to be tested, and your marriage is either going to get stronger, and if it does, I look at it, and that's a lesson that I had to learn, is that you can't force somebody to love you, man. You can't force, somebody to love you. One of the things that I've studied, like people who put magic and who try to do to keep someone and all that shit, I'm like, I don't want nobody that want to be with me. That's a fucked up feeling, man. Why the fuck you want to hypnotize someone to be with you and they don't want to be? It's all right. It's the world out there. God will provide for you, man. The Most High will look out for you. And it always comes at the time when you're not looking for it. Everything in due time. But my point is, one thing that I see big in the issue with the black woman and the black man is this competition shit that was, embedded in us. This comes from the the 60s, 70s. Real shit. Do the knowledge on that. But it's been this, it's a sort of competition between us, which is not supposed to be, especially if we're living under the same roof and we're, your girl, whatever, the one that's, with you, that got your heart. Y'all supposed to be working together. It shouldn't be, if this one shine, you're gonna shine. And if I shine, you shine. But it's always this competition thing between that I see. And it may be just being human beings, but, I don't, being around, my wife is black. You know what I'm saying? My wife is black. So, all I can speak on is I've been with white girls back in the days, and I've told a story about that. I told a story about that on that video. You know what I mean? And if you haven't seen it, black girls didn't fuck with me because, you youngins, y'all don't know, back in the days, dark-skinned dudes wasn't always in style. All right? When Bobby Brown, salute, did that shit, and a lot of other people became famous, then the dark-skinned brothers was getting props. Before that, it was the Al B. Sure, curly hair, good hair person, and I guess I don't have, my family's mixed to West Indian from Trinidad, so we got that coolie shit in us, which is, I'm not bragging about because, but my point is this, uh, you know, they didn't want me. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want me. I used to be made fun of how dark I am and shit. That shit really fucked with me to the point that I was like, yo, I'm gonna get a white girlfriend and marry them, and so my babies could be mixed, so they won't have to go through that shit. And that shit subconsciously fucked me up to this fucking day. My daughter looks just like me. And it's like I look at her and I'm like scared for her and sad because I know what the fuck she's gonna go through. Being a dark skinned black woman in this world. The I mean, it goes back to Spike Lee movies, Good Hair Bad, or no, that's the name of it. School Days, School Days. Go watch that shit. It's always been this shit between in our community, especially with black women and black men. And then there's this competition shit. The woman gotta outdo the man. And if you say, but I believe there's roles we put together for it's roles. You play one role, I play one role. Not saying that you gotta stay home and wash dishes and not do anything, but the woman has certain things just like the man, right? Correct? That's why God gave you two parents, not fucking one. We know it doesn't happen that way all the time, but it's two for a reason. Let us trust the universe. This is the issue I have, and this goes into, I have no issue with the LGBT community or anything like that. I was asked this question, and I don't give a fuck who's sleeping with who. You know what I mean? But if you ask my personal opinion, I would say no, I'm not gay. Would you want your be kid? No. Why? Because I believe the universe created this. The created. The universe has patterns to it. I'm not gonna get all deep into it, but it created it a certain way where a man and a woman come together and life is continued. So it made it a certain way, and it's a beautiful way. I mean, for me, that's just how I came up. Now, if gay, that's your thing, do it. My point is, someone asked me why you disagree with that lifestyle. I would tell them that the universe made it a certain way, and when you go against that, just nothing good comes. Nothing good comes when you go against that. And humans love to go against that shit. We love to tell God we don't know what the hell He's talking about. But the point is, we shouldn't be doing this. Competition shit. We should be working together. You know what I mean? We should be working together. But I guess it's something in the human spirit for someone to see someone down but not doing better than you. You never want someone to do better than you. This is the shit that I'm finding. Just going in within yourself and asking questions. These are the answers that I'm coming up with. Why does human beings act this way? Jealousy and all of this, and lying and humanity. Why it's so fucking flawed? And is it supposed to be this way? You know what I mean? That you hate on your own brother, even though your brother, he's gonna get his foot in the door and he's gonna be shining. Let's say he's a producer, a hip hop artist, some shit, or something, and he can open the door for you. And instead of you be happy for him, and you're gonna hate. You're gonna hate because he's doing something that you're not doing. And that's the shit that I see in the black community, and it's the biggest thing that's gonna keep us apart. Is that competition bullshit, especially between black males and black males also. It's always this aggressive shit. Not every brother, because there's a lot of brothers out there. Y'all see them, I don't even know some of y'all. Peace, brother, was good, man, was good. All right. People just don't talk to each other like that anymore. It's always some standoff shit, and it's like, what you gonna do? The environment created that shit. I mean, I know growing up in New York back in the days in the 90s and shit, 80s and shit. I mean, I know how it is. You can smile and shit a lot out there. Especially, you always gotta got that face. So you holding shit and I don't know, man. And well, that's one of the reasons. The biggest times I got fights because of that. I wasn't one of those brothers used to walk around with a mean ass girl. I used to be joking around, yo, what's up? And a lot of people took that for their fucking weakness. But they fucking, you know, I cleared that up real fucking quick. Don't think just because I got a good heart, or people don't even like to see you smile. You smile and they're like, what the fuck is he smiling about? Because they're doing bad. And it's like, we in this together, man. We're not even separated, but that's just a whole fucking different video that will just go over some people's heads. Uh, anyway, what y'all think? Anyway, I just wanted to make that video and just like, that's the reason I made it. Because I'm sick and tired. I'm told you, I'm still getting fucking, and this is like a year ago or so. I'm still getting fucking messages by sisters saying some smart shit. I'm not trying to be smart about it. I'm just asking a question and it's real. The majority of my interactions I have it if I got in my car like I just did and go to the store and go around and I run into a black woman, I would say, let's say I'm running to 6, 8, 7 black women, 5 of them, and I know some of them be looking at a nigga, and just because I'm not, sweating them or some shit, they get an attitude. I know it, but I'm not gonna toot my fucking horn because that's just not me. You know what I'm saying? What else what else reason you gonna be mad? If I'm ugly and shit to look at, you would just ignore me. Um, let's see what else. I don't know. You see what I'm saying? Do you give that all that attention and hate towards the ugly niggas and shit? If if you were busted, you would be like, oh, this nigga busted, and wouldn't even look at him and just try to get him out your damn way. But you get an attitude and you doing all this work. What? I ain't gonna say shit. Like, man, nigga don't want you. Hey, tell me then. What's the deal? I just think it's that tension shit, And of course, that shit was, embedded in us. So I know it's not all our fault. But one thing I'm starting to understand, especially with like, going through shit in life, whether losing a loved one or, losing something like how I lost my brother. That shit kills me every day. And it's hard to talk about it when a lot of people around you haven't lost anyone. Or losing someone or loving someone more than they love you. You know what I mean? Do you stick around and or you move on? It's not a good feeling, but what I figure out is you still have a powerful thing, which is called a choice. You can either choose to ball up and fall down and from your problems, or you can make another choice to say, you know what, I'm not gonna let it affect me like that. I'm gonna fight back. And now I'm starting to see why this shit, especially in the Matrix, why they spoke about choice so much. And that's what it is. You got a choice. Are you gonna let your problems crush you? I mean, some problems, I know some people are having a lot of issues out there, losing family members. I get it, man. I know how hard it is. You know what I mean? Some people are losing their fucking kids and shit like that. So these are hard things that you have to deal with. Some people are sick and go through physical. I could attest to that growing up. I went through some health shit. I'll tell y'all about it another time. But it's like, you still have a choice there. Do you persevere and continue going? I mean, at least fight, or you can just lay down. I think we should fight. You know what I mean? I think that's what makes the difference, and that's what the lesson is. And once you fight and you get out of it, you learn a lesson. And some of these lessons is fucking painful. This is the most painfulest school. If people tell me this is the school, yeah, you're going through Oh, this is a painful ass school sometimes, real painful. But and this is high because I still haven't figured out. I know some shit, but then I don't know some shit. You ever felt like you know some shit, but you don't know shit, especially when something happens and you're like, you just can't. Anyway, thank you guys for watching me. Just speak my mind. Appreciate y'all. Can y'all relate to any of this when it comes to black women and black men? Um, we need to stop doing this competition shit. Women trying to play football. It's not that we don't want you, man. It's that we don't want you to get hurt. A woman is built more fragile, but she's stronger than us in other ways. That's why she can carry a baby. Stop looking at it like you have to top everything a man does. You see, that's the fucking problem. But this shit was all created to fuck up the family unit. All right? And I'm sorry, a lot of people, sisters gonna hate me when I say this, but this feminine movement, there's some good things in that. Because a lot of men use women and, like dogs and treat them like shit and break their hearts, which is very painful. I've been through that, so I know how it feels. But what they don't understand is that these people are going to get theirs. So you don't hold on to that hate. That's another thing I learned. Holding on to hate and holding on to revenge and what I'm going to become, this stalking person and shit. And if this girl don't like me and why, who she fucking with, and let me go do the detective and all. Man, fuck all that shit, man. You see people being just dropping off. you know Life's too short for that shit. It's gonna hurt, but just go through the. It's a reason why. It's gonna make you. It's true. You heard that saying. It's gonna make you stronger. Something good might come out of it. You know what I mean? And that's how you gotta look at it, because that's just how it is, man. You gotta look at it like that way. Else you're gonna just fall. For what? For what? It doesn't make any sense. But anyway, like I said, do y'all have any thoughts on this thing? And especially now with everything that's going on, we need our sisters, and our sisters need our brothers, man. We need to unite. And let me just say this: it's kind of sad in one fact, because at first, let me just say, I don't believe in this all black people will unite bullshit. It's never gonna happen. I'd always believe that we just need a certain 1%, whatever you want to call it, the conscious, to unite. Because right now they infiltrated, if you can't tell, they've been infiltrated the conscious community. That shit is not what it is. It is basically likes, subscribe, get paid from YouTube. It's another hustle from your hate of the white man. And I can't blame you, because a lot of these racist crackers, and when I say cracker, I don't mean to disrespect any white person out there that's not a racist. A cracker is a specific white person. Them racist ass motherfuckers. Basically, that's who crackers are. Okay? And you have your white people that's civilized, but then you have your crackers. And those are the ones that's, walking around with, we hate niggas, you're not gonna replace us and all that shit. And I would be one that just go up to them and ask them, who the fuck is trying to replace you? I mean, you motherfucking, who's trying to replace you? It's like this paranoia shit. Y'all paranoid? We're not doing it. The universe is doing this shit. The universe is doing this shit. Now you must ask yourself why. Why is the universe trying to take my race off this planet? Because of it is, and this is one of the main reasons all these white militia groups come together and shit, because they believe the white race is gonna be a stink because they mix it with the blacks and all of this. Well, who is doing this all? The universe is doing this shit. Maybe when you had the fucking shit and you have your power, and majority of y'all would treat people with respect and stop this racist bullshit, maybe you won't be going through this shit. So it's not us, but in a sense it is us. It's self of us that getting your ass out of here. But don't be blaming us. You know what I'm saying? We don't give a shit. I actually agree with one of these clan members that was talking shit, and he has a similar philosophy as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And I was like, wow, I was like blown away watching this motherfucker. Anyway, that's a new video. I'm just getting to other shit. Uh, but to finish that, he talks about, they don't want violence or believe in violence. They just don't want the black person to be around them. They should have their own play. And I'm sitting there, wait a minute, ain't this Honorable Elijah Muhammad's like plan to separate and we have our own land and shit like that? I'm like, yeah, I'm digging what this dude is saying. Because it looks like that's the only fucking solution. As long as we're in this fucking integrated, we're gonna continue with this shit. One person is inferior than the other, and we always going through this shit. The next George Floyd, which I hope don't happen, but the next George Floyd, it's gonna continue going. These people have grown technology, but spiritual wise, not a fucking inch. They haven't grown a fucking inch because we're in 2022 and we're still, well, to 21. I'm trying to rush shit and get out of 2021. But 2021, we're still in this shit. It's like, grow the hell up. Y'all stay safe, man. Peace.